A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. Ignorance more frequently begets confidence than does knowledge. It is those who know little, and not those who know much, who so positively assert that this or that problem will never be solved by science. Animals, whom we have made our slaves, we do not like to consider our equal. I cannot persuade myself that a beneficent and omnipotent God would have designedly created parasitic wasps with the express intention of their feeding within the living bodies of caterpillars. I have steadily endeavored to keep my mind free, so as to give up any hypothesis, however much beloved, and I cannot resist forming one on every subject, as soon as facts are shown to be opposed to it. The highest possible stage in moral culture is when we recognize that we ought to control our thoughts. An American monkey, after getting drunk on brandy, would never touch it again, and thus is much wiser than most men. If the misery of the poor be caused not by the laws of nature, but by our institutions, great is our sin. To kill an error is as good a service as, and sometimes even better than, the establishing of a new truth or fact. I have called this principle, by which each slight variation, if useful, is preserved, by the term of natural selection. The mystery of the beginning of all things is insoluble by us, and I for one must be content to remain an agnostic. At some future period, not very distant as measured by centuries, the civilized races of man will almost certainly exterminate and replace the savage races throughout the world. My mind seems to have become a kind of machine for grinding general laws out of large collections of facts. On the ordinary view of each species having been independently created, we gain no scientific explanation. A moral being is one who is capable of reflecting on his past actions and their motives, of approving of some and disapproving of others. False facts are highly injurious to the progress of science, for they often endure long, but false views, if supported by some evidence, do little harm, for everyone takes a salutary pleasure in proving their falseness. We can allow satellites, planets, suns, universe, nay whole systems of universes to be governed by laws, but the smallest insect we wish to be created at once by special act.